Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome back to a new episode of Through the Keyhole. I've got a special edition again for you today. We're going to look at a few of your submitted builds from the community, which is very, very cool. So a couple of orders of business before we jump in. As per usual, if you would like to submit your own builds to appear on the series, you can find all the details down in the description. And if you want to head over to the channel's community page as well, you can also find them there as well. So that's available for you at any time. And as per usual, this is not about being overly critical or anything like that. We're just going to take a look, have a look at some of the cool things you guys are coming up with, and get a little bit of inspiration for our own builds, hopefully. So, without too much further ado, let's jump in and take a look, shall we? Okay then, so our first build today comes from Marcel, I think that'll be. Should be appearing on screen around about now. I do struggle with substituting letters and numbers there, but there we go. And this one is up at the top of Seneca Rocks, which is just about the highest point on the map, which is very, very cool. And it says, my inspiration for this build was more like a bet. My buddy and I played together, and he said I moved my base to a mountain with an amazing view over the map. And so I bet €10 that I could move my base to the top of the highest point on the map, and we agreed. It took me over 2 hours and 5 camp movings to get to the top of the mountain, and the building started, and after 3 to 4 hours it was finished. Not too bad a build time, really, though. Showed it to my buddy and won €10. So good going. Nice to see somebody winning on that one. And to be fair, it is a very, very cool build. So this is a PC build, and as we can see, we have got the stated stunning views up here. Views from the top of Seneca Rocks are absolutely fantastic, so it's an awesome place to build, if rather awkward to get to. But we've got a main house here with a nice little sort of patio balcony area using the dark wood floor pieces there, which look really, really cool, foundation pieces. I really like how tall this build is. It suits the environment very, very well. A really nice little bar area here, and all the workbenches you need out the back, which is cool. Oh, hopping around the side, you see the front door. Curious about where exactly you spawn in when you fast travel back to the camp here. I'm guessing somewhere on one of these balconies somewhere. But we've got, apparently, I'm guessing that's player vending tucked around the corner that we can't quite see there, judging by the vault boy in the corner. And the front door halfway up, which is cool. It's a different approach. Plenty of turrets up there, though I'm very surprised if you actually need them in this location. So, we've got very, very handy artillery emplacement right on the top of the mountain. It should be able to reach just about anywhere you need it to, I should imagine, from up there. Not something I've actually tried using that myself, but it does look quite cool. And a slightly floaty flag up there, but rock surface not cooperating, I suspect, from that. I do like the use of the light on this one. It's very cool. Make sure you can actually see the thing. Get a nice view from a bit further away. Very appropriate outfit on the character there as well, which is really cool. Certainly goes with the artillery placement. So swing around the other side again, have a look at this patio area. See all the workbenches tucked up against the veranda there, against the railings. Wouldn't like to look down from there, I don't think, but cracking view nonetheless. Got a fireplace out there as well, if you got a bit of cooking to do. A nice little bar area, can't beat an open top bar. But from the look of that, that'll be the half-height bookcases that have been used to create a bar, and those do work quite well for that sort of wooden effect. They're pretty good at that. The weapons workbench tucked away in the back there. And a fusion generator as well, which blends in quite nicely. It fits really well with the location, this. I like it a lot. Looks good. And another close-up on the bar as well. Want to see that. A punch bowl on the corner, which is always cool. Drink at your own risk. And very good taste in plants knocking around as well. I may be biased on that point, but looks very, very cool. I like the use of the oil lamps as well. They give a much nicer light than the electric lighting usually does, so it should be quite nice and cozy out here in the evenings. And moving on inside, we've got a nice little music area, nice grand piano in the corner. Really, really open vibe to this, which is cool. I really like that. Normally not massively keen on really tall builds, but in this case, having the double height walls makes the headroom... It works well for the headroom. It makes the place feel really, really big, which is cool. Works very well here. I like it. A nice view over the internal bar as well here, because you can never have too many. Nice little cooking space in the corner. The cooking station tucked in against a stove there, and using the chemistry station as a sink, which is usually a nice workaround there. We haven't got anything like enough sink options, so always a good solution there. Jukebox and a pool table, so a nice place to hang out. Really nice high ceilings that work quite well. Must make taking pictures of it a bit easier as well, thinking about it. Flicking the camera around to the other side, we can see the pool table. Plenty of room to get around that with the queues as well. And stacked bookcases as well. That's a cool effect. It's a pity we can't put anything on those shelves, but that really breaks up the wall texture as well. I like that. Good idea. You managed to tuck them in behind the staircase as well, which is not bad going. I'm guessing the staircase had to come off to do that. But that's a really cool effect. I like that. As we see in the bottom corner, we've got a nice little lowered section of seating area, sort of lounge area, which is cool. Take a closer look at that, see it from the other angle. Lots of space in here, which I like a lot. So those lower windows must be, that we saw outside, must be for the seating area, which looks good. Imagine we're struggling a bit with smoke being inside the building there, but nice little focal point around the fireplace anyway. Drop down and have a closer look. There's something I actually did in one of my builds, lowering the level of some of the foundations. It would be nice if you could have the distance between the two foundations be a little bit smaller. It would look a little bit cooler, but nonetheless, it's a cool effect. Limited somewhat by the building restrictions in 76. Very, very cool. Hanging out there and chilling on the sofa, which is always good. Yeah, I really, really like the look of this. Very homely kind of mix of modern and wasteland, which works quite well. Jumping up to the upper level, we've got a nice mezzanine bedroom, which is also very cool. Works well with the sort of internal height and keeps that open feeling, and over the top of the lowered section as well, which is good use of space. I like that. Very, very creative. Not quite sure about the walls not lining up, but that's always a bit of a problem there. You know, if they wind up with the windows being too high on the lower level or walls not lining up on the higher ones. But bit of a no-win situation, but it does look cool. All the furniture you can need. I'm going to guess this is very, very close to the build limit, if not exactly at it. I like those lights. I do need to get my hands on those at some point. Plenty of lighting up here. More of the stacked bookcases, which is cool. I like that idea a lot, actually. And there we have it. A nice, clean, really, really open-looking build on top of Seneca Rocks, which is a really, really cool use of the space. It can be quite challenging up here because obviously the elevations change very, very quickly and you've got to build around the rocks often enough. So this has been pulled off really, really well. I haven't got an angle from below, so I can't tell if we've got a lot of floating going on, but it looks pretty darn solid, so really, really good effort there. Nice job. Okay, so build number 2 comes from Mire 33, and it's another PC build. We've got a concept of an abandoned greenhouse without buildings. And we've got a nice location here in the forest region, which I'd actually really like to know where this is, because I really like the effect of the backdrop of the trees on this one. It gives it a really nice vibe. Really nice location, so good find on that one. And as we see, we've got a not actually so abandoned greenhouse anymore. Looking very, very homely, plenty of furniture in there. Got the AstroTurf around the outside, clipped nicely through the base of the greenhouse there, so it gives it a nice vibe. And from the look of that, going right the way through and covering up the concrete on the inside, which is cool. Good use of the textures there, and a little advantage to having it a little further up. Not quite sure if that door's actually clipping through the bottom of the floor or not, but from the look of it, it opens outwards, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Nice use of the toilets and the bath there, kind of taking that fly tipping vibe and turning it into something more creative, which is cool. Pity that cactus can't sink down into the toilet bowl, really, like they do in the bath, but a very, very cool effect nonetheless. Nice use of some of the plants there, fits very, very well with the forest region. Nice little picnic forest vibe here, very, very cool. So moving on to have a look at some of the other buildings, we've got a little outbuilding here, got warehouse pieces from the look of this, constructing what would appear to be the workshop, and a nice little Mothman totem tucked by the tree there. Blends quite well into the tree there, it looks like it almost belongs, which is cool. Nice use of the candles. Nice little bit of the epic god rays coming in as well. Always very, very cool. Little shot down by the waterway there, which looks really, really good. Got a few bits and pieces of plants and stuff, and a few totems tucked in next to the tree there. Nice vibe. Nice little golden evening light, which is really, really cool. Gives a really nice feel to the camp. I like that a lot. Makes the pictures look really, really cool. You can just see the corner of the greenhouse tucking in the corner there. Taking another look at this workshop, we've also got the player vending tucked in there as well. Plenty of decoration, lots of very, very forest hunter's cabin kind of vibe going on with the stuffed animals on the wall. A little bit of the Mothman in there as well. Plenty of things crammed in, make give it a nice lived-in feel. I like the temptation of the punch bowl right in the middle there, inviting you to try if you dare. Always good fun. Really nice sunset shot across the water here, which is really, really cool. Nice shot on the industrial water purifier there. And a few of the lion statues, which I've never managed to fit in yet into any of my builds, but that one actually works quite well on the side there. Nice view over the campfire there with a big Mothman totem on it as well, which gives a really nice focal point in the middle of the build, which is nice and cool. Very, very cool effect. Really nice location this, I like it a lot. And we've got a little house here on the side as well, right by the river. An upturned boat just sticking in from the edge there. A nice horn on the front there as well. So just tucked over in the corner there, we can see the porter cabin as well. So I'm guessing that's on the edge of where the farm is, down the gap between the greenhouse on the left there and the house. Another little look at some more farm and the workshop there with the player vending and the door closed. We've got the Atomic Shop version of the roller door there with the Red Rocket logo on the front of it, which looks perhaps a little too clean for a location in the woods, but it's very, very cool, very, very striking as well. Mothman up on top, the up to be there. Looking inside the greenhouse, we've got some nice bit of decoration in here, gives it a nice homely vibe. The AstroTurf giving it a nice splash of colour to go with the plants as well, which works really well. Plenty decoration crammed in. Managed to make it feel a bit more lived in, which can be a bit of a challenge in 76 sometimes, so that's good going. Got a Mega Sloth cutout, is that, in the background there, peeking through the window at you? Just in case you're sleeping a little bit too well. And a little bit more of an evening shot, bit of a wide angle. Somewhere nice to sit as well, so I can actually look out the windows and enjoy the view. Really like the location, as I say, again. You can sort of see through the trees and the forest outside, which is really, really cool. A few musical instruments in the front there as well. Nice little desk in the back. I think the problem with having a desk in here is I wouldn't get any work done. I'd be too busy looking at the view all the time. Or the kitten behind the desk, one or the other. A nice little evening shot or two of the player vending and the workshop there. And lights spilling out, which is quite nice. I think I might have gone for a bit more of a warmer light, personally, but I suppose it is a workshop, so that does work quite well. Got fluorescent lights from the look of that on the top there. And a nice warmer glow going around the greenhouse dome there, which works really, really well. It's a nice, warm, homely, welcoming vibe for the evening shot as well. So all in all, very nice job, really good use of the location. It blends in quite nicely and creates some really nice effect. I like this one a lot. A lot of colour to it, which is sometimes quite hard to achieve in 76, so that's really cool. Or rather, it's hard to achieve well, and it certainly has been here, which is really, really good to see. So really, really nice job. So, build number 3 comes from Travis, who is a proud, lifelong West Virginia resident and a Fallout fan, says the game's been a major thing in his life recently. So the camp is a lodge built near an event spawn location and a heavy enemy spawn location, keeping him stocked with acid from gulpers and toad's legs from ragtoads. Very, very handy, always good to have the food. Favourite look is at night where the lighting is showcased best. Okay. So, Atom's Lodge. I've got a feeling this is not actually that far from the White Springs, just up the cliff, though don't quote me on that, it could be wildly wrong. Just a hunch from the look of the area. But we've got a nice stilt lodge type of feel to this one. Very, very cool. Got a nice low roof over the balcony there, which keep most of the weather off, as well as allowing you to see out. And potentially keep any attacks from hitting you directly as well, if you happen to be defending from up there, which is quite cool. A nice entranceway going up between the walls there, towards that security gate for the front door, which is always good. A couple of fastnack decorations in there that you can just see either side of the door. Got the rad stag head poking through as well. A few plants and other bits of decorations out front. Gone for the warm oil lamps as well, a personal favourite of mine. Really, really nice sunny day. Fortunately, it casts the front into a little bit of shadow, so I have to work on that a little bit. And one thing I would point out for future reference, if you're using photo mode, you get rid of the HUD, which helps. It gives a nice, clearer, cleaner picture, which is always a good way of doing it. And it gives you a little bit more ability to manoeuvre the camera as well, around as well. Because as Travis did point out, using photos does have its shortcomings, which is a fair comment, but so does using videos, unfortunately, so needs must. Taking a look around at some of the outbuildings, got a nice little comic store there, possibly a comic museum. Can't see inside, so not too sure on whether or not it's intended to be a museum or a comic book store, but very, very cool little outer building there. Using appropriate materials for the environment, with the wooden pieces there. Nice little peek through the door with the security door there. And a little bathroom beside it as well, something that many of us are guilty of forgetting to put in. We've got a nice little outhouse door there, a couple of signs on there indicating the restroom. Curious about whether or not that's open at the back from there. Imagine there'd be questions around your privacy if it is, but still, I'd imagine you've got a cracking view while you're engaging in your business. And covered by a laser turret, so you don't get rudely interrupted, which is always good. Nice use of the neon signs as well, to give a little bit of indication as to what each building's function is. It's always cool. A little peek inside. We haven't got a lot of photos of the inside, just inside the entrance here, really. Plenty of stuffed animals, taxidermied animals, just to complete that lodge vibe, which is very, very cool. And we can see through the back there, we've got a nice view out over the balcony. If you can get past the intimidating bear on the floor, and it does chew your leg off or something, anyway. Nice little look into reasonably cosy little cooking space there. We managed to squeeze an Etatronic, a chemistry station, and a cooking station in there, which is good use of the space. A tight fit in there, everything you need though. Swinging around to the back, we can see we've got the lodge peering over the top of the little pond here, which was good. We've got an industrial water purifier. Nice looking view from up there. The skyline looks really good as well. A very convenient location for making sure you've got a decent supply of purified water, and judging by the description, plenty of food as well coming from the area. I can't quite see what that is poking over the rock face there, but I'm wondering if that's a purity light or something shining on the building, which would look quite cool. Illuminating it from a distance in the evening. See a few more of the taxidermied bugs on there, and another turret covering the backside of the building. I do like the profile of this one, particularly with the angled roofs over the balcony. It's got a cool look to it. And the posts there supporting the upper level, giving it a nice sturdy look. Nice shot of the character just wandering by in the ultrasight power armor there, just hanging out outside, which is always good. Buildings work quite nicely together. They look pretty impressively spread out given the limited space that the build area gives you, so that's quite cool as well. It's like a nice, almost town vibe to it, which is cool. Certainly from this angle anyway. Working well with the trees there. And a little bit of an evening shot here. So you can see the oil lamps giving a nice warm welcoming glow over the two mute fruit out there, giving a nice splash of yellow and a bit of warmth, which is always cool. Nice little welcoming light spelling out the doorway as well. I think that's the crosshair there that's right over the eyeball of the rad stag, rather than a really glowing eye on the thing, but nice little effect spilling out from the door either way. And jump around the other side, we can see the glow from a little bit further away, just illuminating the balcony quite nicely. A little bit of warming glow coming out of the comic shop down there as well, which is cool. A little view around the tree. One of the slight drawbacks to Bethesda's choice to brighten up the nights, which did need doing compared to what the game was like originally. It was way too dark at night. But now you lose some of the atmosphere from having a properly dark night. So there's still a little work to be done, a little balance to be found in there, in my opinion. But making good use of the night time for a couple of cool pictures as well. And nice little picture of the front here with the moon shining over the main lodge, which is always good. Nice view. Say, nice and warming. Nice shot up towards the door. Bit of an imposing angle from here as you approach up the stairs, which is quite cool. You should imagine it gives a fantastic view even in the evening out over probably the White Springs, but I'm not 100% sure on that, as I say. But yeah, really nice clean build with a nice view. Very, very cool. Okay, and build number 4, the last one for the day, comes from Hux, who is on PC. And we are down in the Mire for this one. From the look of it, not too far from Harper's Ferry. It's a good little location for a camp, this one. So the concept is build a fully functional shop that would work just like any IRL shop. Closable metal shutters, power switching, back door for employees. And staircases that lead you downstairs to a hidden black market with a back room where the character lives and gets to rest after a scorch beast hunt. So there's more to see in the game than the pictures, but it updates it a little every day, so it gets better and better. And you can see that very, very much in these pictures. There is a fantastic level of detail here. Very, very impressive. Managed to cram so much stuff into the limited build budget, which is very cool. So, a few evening shots in the Mire here. Hux has given me a lot of photos to work with, so I've had to cherry pick a little bit here, just to make sure we don't double up too much, to keep it to a reasonable length. There's a really impressive level of detail with this that I like a lot. So, starting up on the main road, you can see the welcoming shop area there. Impressive job of getting the guard station up in the air there. That's something I might have to try and figure out for myself at some point. That looks really, really cool. I like that a lot. It's a great look for an entrance. And a little hard to see, but you can see the character is standing just below there with from the look of that, a Gatling gun. Plenty of detail there. All the neon lights attracting any shoppers passing by. If you look around the back, we're starting to see some of the coolest features of this build, which is the custom staircases. Something very, very difficult to do in 76, and something that I have lamented on occasion. But he's done a really, really nice job here. So, we've got another guard post looking out across the edge of the Mire there, with a table and a turret on top of that, one on either side. There's a nice little area to hang out here. Flip around the other side, you can see the staircases and a bit more colour from the neon lights and the plants as well, which is really, really cool. A little entranceway and seating area at the top there. Really, really like the use of mattresses for these staircases. Great, that kind of spiral staircase. Takes up quite a lot of room, but it's a really impressive job. Really, really inventive thought there. It's hard to imagine how much time that was taken, and difficult to support, I suppose, but really, really cool effect nonetheless, and creates something that can't otherwise do with the straight staircases Bethesda have provided us with. Still got my fingers crossed for a spiral one at some point, but in the meantime, this is a really, really good workaround. Really nice view from up here as well. A couple of stash boxes up there with the neon lights to indicate the exit, which is very, very cool. Lots and lots of detail, light coming off the street lamp there, which I've often struggled to find a use for, but the mix and match kind of junky collecting stuff from all over the wasteland vibe kind of works here, so that's really, really cool. Very, very good lighting as well. A little bit further around, you can see that staircase up nice and close. Nice swirl. Done really, really good job of keeping that central corner really, really locked in, so it's very, very straight, which is must have taken a fair bit of time and attention to detail that, so very, very well done there. A few more other details poking in from beneath. Got some cycling lights providing a bit of light there, as well as the marquee arrows. Head downstairs to the black market. So we've got the water purifier on the right and the fusion core generator down there as well. Just a little bit out of sight from the road, so giving it a little bit of protection from any attacks there. Again, lots more detail down here, if you don't catch your head on the lights on the way through. So a little close up on that. Loads of detail on the left. They've got punji boards on top of the guard post there with some more detail beside it. Some fast-snack decorations, some bones. Very, very black market vibe, which is cool. Lots and lots of scavenged stuff from the wasteland, which I really like. Nice little detailed sign up there. Must have taken a fair bit of patience. Gold we trust, all others must pay cash. Should probably be caps there, though. Lots and lots of details on the wall as well. Get a little bit of a better look at the plants and stuff on the left. Very, very nice. Got a nice bearskin rug on the floor. And flip that around to have a bit more look at the corner. So, moving on to the main shop, we head through that roller door. We can see we've got something I've seen quite a few times that is a nice use of space. People reducing reducing the footprint, I think would be a good way of putting it, for the player vending units and turning them on the side, labelling them that way. It works really, really well. In this case, we've managed to squeeze two into quite a small space, along with a few more details and terminal in there. Got plenty of stash boxes and stuff like that for storage, which looks really, really good. Nice countertop there, made out of the metal stash boxes. Plenty of details around. Need to get a few magazines into that magazine rack now. It's an option. From what I recall, those probably came out after this was submitted, so I'd imagine it's developed a little bit since then. Like the cuckoo clock on the wall as well. Really bold lighting as well, which always looks very, very good. Looking at it the other side, same thing with the magazine racks on that side, but a bit more detail on this wall as well. And the security gate back door there for the owner's sort of abode and private space. Swing back out a little bit further, take another look at the front again. We've got a nice look over the railings there from out across the water, which really gives a really cool vibe. You really get the look of the purple and multicoloured lighting down there, which is really, really nice to see as well. Jumping back across, we're now inside the owner's sort of personal space, the private residence behind the shop. We've got a few workbenches there, a couple of switches to control everything from the security of the home. Very, very nice. Imagine they've got a lock on that door. And flipping around the other side, this is one of the few photos I've actually made any adjustments to at all from this selection. With this one, I want to be able to see a little bit more detail because there's plenty in here. So a little bedroom just sort of concealed behind the sticking out wall there, which works quite nicely. Plenty of details. Nice little bit of seating in front of the dresser there. Fireplace to keep you nice and warm. You can see we've got the player just chilling out on the bed there. Nice little foot locker. You can see back around the corner towards the workbench and the door. And flipping that round, looking the other direction, we've got a decontamination arch hiding behind some of the vines at the back there. A little view over the water there. Could always do with the boat there. Not that they'd be able to go anywhere, but it would work. A little dock vibe to it. Power armor station, a bit more storage. Somewhere to chill out, play a bit of music. Very, very nice. A little less homely, but functional nonetheless. Possibly a little cold. So I think I would possibly have closed that back wall off, but it does create a really nice effect with it open as well, which is very, very cool. And swinging just outside and looking back in from the back, see the decontamination arch sort of hiding against the railings there. It kind of blends in a little bit. Kind of hard to see here. Didn't want to adjust this too much, with it being a little on the dark side, but you could see the chemistry station there over towards the back door of the shop, I assume that is. Trying to work out here if the sort of bedroom area is in between the two walls or if the two or if it's just two areas. Kind of hard to tell. I think that might be the same security door we saw earlier. But very, very cool. Lots of stuff back here. Very unique vibe. Definitely a very, very dock vibe underneath the bridge there, which I like a lot. It's really cool. All in all, a very, very cool look. Very, very impressed with that build. Some really, really creative use of the environment and the space. Very, very detailed decoration. And as I say, I'm very impressed with how much you managed to squeeze in despite the limited build budget there. So it goes to show what can be done with a little ingenuity and a lot of patience from the look of this. Very, very cool. Okay then, so Very, very cool builds there. It always impresses me very, very much what you guys come up with. I'm blown away by some of the real creativity you guys show. It's absolutely brilliant. So thank you very much once again to everybody who's submitted for this particular episode. I've got a few more tucked away ready for the next time we do one of these as well, which will be, I would guess, in the early part of next year. I want to spread these out a little bit, but definitely still coming. As I said before, if you guys would like to submit your own builds, all the details down in the description and over on the community page as well. So all the instructions there for you if you want to appear in a future episode. I'm very much enjoying these, so they will continue. For now, thank you very much for watching. As always, social media links down in the description as well if you want to catch up with me on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And if you're really enjoying the content, please do consider dropping me a sub, a like, or becoming a channel member. The support is very, very much appreciated. You can find all the details for that down in the description as well. And if you're enjoying the content, you can also catch one of the live streams. We hang out quite regularly, play a little bit of Fallout, play a few other bits and pieces as well on the side. It's a good time to be had, so do look forward to catching you guys there as well. For now, thank you very much for watching. I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon.